Hey everybody, hey to nobody. This is Cassie Derwin of Cards and Conversations. I'm live right now on Instagram and I'm live on IG. So share and like this video. You can follow me on Instagram, IG, YouTube, and Anchor. Again, this is Cassie Derwin. I am a card reader. And the other night I went live because I came across all day long Derrick Jaxn. I'm just going to refer to him as DJX. And he had been on me really tough, and I did a session. I did a reading, and it's on IG, and it's I tagged it over onto Facebook. But today I was watching again because he's in my radar. I only pay attention to the things that I see. And this is something that has been called to me. So I've been watching it. So today, Tasha K, Unwind with Tasha K, that's who I've been getting a lot of information from because she has been talking to the mistress, the recent mistress. So my question is, the creator of this deck is Derrick Jaxn. And if you go back and watch the other video, you'll get more stuff. But the name of the card is Fuckboy Flashcards. So I didn't know why I had these cards, but I might as well utilize them because I didn't pay for them. So we got the Fuckboy card deck. Because he's a fuckboy. I told y'all he was a complete narcissist. And now that I listen to Tasha K talk to the mistress, I get it. So then he has another deck. This is a married man. It is called Lust Language Card Game. Hands-on edition. Now this one I probably won't do because it's a little bit risque. I might do it tonight on my night owl section. You could catch me. I'm doing a series. It's called How I See It. It's a night owl edition because I stay up late at night. I do it over on Instagram. So today, listening to Tasha K speak with the mistress, the current mistress, who he has taken pictures. Because when you listen to him and the wife did an interview, and I did a video on that, and you can understand everything I said about the video. I knew more stuff was going to come up, but I knew he was a complete narcissist. And I knew that was all just for him trying to put out the fires. Right now, he's trying to put out fires. So by him putting out fires, he's trying to get everyone to see it his way. He's a good husband and all these things. But really, he's not. He's a narcissist. And this card game proves it. So he has another deck. It's 3 decks. I didn't even go check on to see how much the decks were. Hey, lady. So share this video. So he has another deck. And it's called the Naughty and Nice deck. So I'm going to play something so you can hear it. Because it explains, and it's from Tasha K. It explains some of the stuff I was saying. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
With me, you know, he told me that his wife and you knew each other, so this was a smear campaign towards him.
What?
So when I look online, you're sitting next to your wife on a video explaining that
she didn't know he was married.
You're not this person, and you're texting me an hour later after uploading this video saying, "I'm going to explain this to you." You know, this is just, it's crazy. So, so after I met him about a week later, you know, he came to my home, and that's when we engaged, you know, in sexual activity.
When was this, the other day?
Now his wife thinks he's having...
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, so the lady says her name is Nikki. She's a surgeon. So she got a real bag. He said he's trying to protect her. So his wife just said on live, but don't forget she's smart. And don't forget I told you she got a plan. She just said on live saying that he's been good for the last six months maybe, but she just had sex with him, Nikki, the surgeon, that is on social media, and he had blocked her from all platforms. So she couldn't see that he was doing this. She met him in October 2000, 2 days before Halloween, October 2020. And he just met her at the mall. And they started to have a relationship. So I had already said he played games. He's a narcissist. These cards prove it. So looking at the Naughty and Nice deck last night, it made me understand why I was looking at it last night. So he play games, and I said he play games. Let me get to.
Okay, by the end of December, the end of November, early December, I found out I was pregnant. I told him, off top, I don't want any children right now. I'm 32, and I don't want kids right now. And he went through like this emotional kind of thing as if he gave a fuck, but I'm pretty sure now.
Because he a fuck boy.
It was just an act, and he was just like, I don't want you to, terminate the pregnancy. I really want this. Let's talk, let me come over there. Let's sit down and talk. So he came to my home and we talked, and he said, well... This
is after he did the video with his wife.
Well, about 2 days later, I had already had an appointment, and...
So these are the cards. It's Naughty and Nice. So, one of the questions on the card game was, a man is out shopping for cologne with his wife. His ex sees them and says hello. She then tells him a cologne to pick, and the man tries to buy it, but the wife tells him not to. Who is wrong? A, and you can put your comments in the comment section. Who is wrong? A, the wife for being insecure. B, the man for being dumb. C, the ex for being disrespectful. And D, all of the above. Well, when I read this card, it stuck out to me. Because I know that he's a narcissist, and I know that these games are from situations he's been in. Excuse me. These cards are from situations he's been in. Remember I said, if you watch the other video, and I'll tag it in the comments. He said, I said that these cards were his case studies. All of these are scenarios and situations surrounding case studies of his. And I really want to go forward because on here, there is a situation where...
that this was the end of it. Like, I was not going to continue a pregnancy with someone I'm not with.
Okay.
And we're just living with his cousin, and he was basically caught up in a legal battle with his wife, who was supposed to be in Arkansas.
I told you it was something about money.
I'm laughing at the lies. I am not laughing at you because, you were brought
in his house last night to try to figure out my security system.
Okay, so she has them on cameras and everything, but this is the one thing that stuck out to me. There is a part where his wife must have been asking about the cologne. Like, you got a woman's cologne on you all the time. It's called Alien. Well, she said she went out with him and he started really asking about the cologne. Like, what is the cologne that you wear? Because I want to buy you some. Well, he did buy her some, but when she looked on the receipt, because I told you receipts, no matter what you do, when you have receipts, you have to scan over the receipts and make sure everything is right. Well, when she looked at the receipts, instead of it being one gift, there was 2 gifts. He bought the cologne for his wife and his girlfriend so that they could smell the same. He is a complete narcissist. Now, this was another question that stood out to me, and this made me understand. This made me understand the reason why he had her on live. So this is the question: what was it that factored into you forgiving your partner for the last thing they apologized for? And this is an editor's note. You get a free point if you talk about it. So this is a conversation piece. He wants you to talk about all the things that's going on. And that's why I say he plays games. He's a narcissist. None of what he says is true. I feel like though the women and the brokenness in these women and the fact that they were listening to him is what built him up to be the person that he is now. I knew something was off about him. Yeah, I never could get into him because it was something completely off about him. But now we know he plays games. We know that he is naughty and nice. We know he has a lustful nature. And we know he is the king of the fuck boys. This is a whole game. And I say these are case studies from his situation. I said either they're from situations or they're from relationships. And this proves they are from relationships. This whole game and the lust game are all from situations or relationships that he's been in. A lot of them may be from him talking to different women about their issues in the relationship, and he's going to teach you how to spot a fuck boy. Of course, you can spot a fuck boy if you are being coached by a fuck boy. He is the king of the fuck boy, so he know what questions to ask and he know what comments to make. So my thing is, when you look at his cards, he wanted to be dialogue. So my thing is, who did he play the games with to get the questions from? And the answers, how he would answer from different women in different scenarios. He's playing games. For some reason, this card, so this is how the front of the card looks. It's a lot of information on these cards. And this is the back of the cards. So, like I said, put your answer in the comments. Hey, how are you? So this card says, your super long-term boyfriend hasn't proposed. So you ask why that is. And he says because his biggest fear is being rejected. You tell him he'd better deal with that fear. And soon, the next day, he gets down on one knee and proposes. And when you say yes, he stands back up and says, just checking. He was asking in advance to make sure as to remove his fear before doing the real thing. Is he a fuckboy? Yes, A. No, B. C, it depends. Y'all put A, B, and C. Yes, he is a fuckboy. B, he isn't. Or C, it depends. And then I'll give you the answer that he gave. Because you remember, he's playing games. He's a complete narcissist. And then the fact that he started this whole thing 9 years ago and he's only 31, 32. He was only 22. He was only like 22 years old when people start to follow him. And my thing is, how can a 22-year-old be an expert on productive relationships? That's because he's doing a case study in his marriage and with the other women that he comes in contact that he's counseling. Because he is he's pretty big in YouTube, but he's pretty big everywhere. So I say 6 months ago when he started to act right, that was because his book was going to be released. So we never seen pictures of his wife. His mistress, Nikki, even didn't know he had a wife, and he's been seeing her since October, 2 days before Halloween. So she had no clue. So he had blocked her on social media. So how she found out the information, she logged in on her sister's phone and typed his name in it, and he came up, and everything came up. So she didn't have any clue that who she was messing with. And they had been having sex, and she had got pregnant and all of these things. I never knew he was married. No, because no one was supposed to know he was married because he was playing games. He was playing games. But through playing games, he came up with the creative idea to make it into a card game. So you know he's telling you your truth. That's why I tell people it is very important for you to listen to the things that people say and the questions that people ask you. You have to listen to the commentary because people be playing games. And if I'm loud, it's because it's loud in my head. Because when I go back and listen to my videos, I see them pretty loud. But just turn down the volume. Hey, Mimi. So, yes or no, is he a fuck boy? Yo, super long term. He say super long term. So that means not only is he married, but he's having ongoing relationship with other women. And we know one is a surgeon. We know that she is one of his long-term girlfriends because we have it here. Hey, lady. Hey, everybody, and hey to nobody. I really can't see because I'm on 2 platforms. So I'm going to tag the video from, I think it was Tuesday night when I went live, because I do a series, How I See It. It say, yes, he is a fuck boy. So my answer is yes. Yes, he is a fuck boy. He is a fuck boy. Okay, anybody else want to put their answer in? Yes, he is a fuck boy. My answer is yes. Venus, you want to put your answer in? Venus Rose. I think it said Venus Rosie. 4. So, I'm going to read it again. Your super long-term boyfriend hasn't proposed to you. Why that is, and he says it's his biggest fear is being rejected. You tell him he better deal with the fear, and soon. The next day he gets down on one knee and proposes. And when you say yes, he stands back up and says, just checking. He was asking in advance to make sure as to remove his fear before doing the real thing. The question is he a fuckboy? Melissa says yes. No is B and C it's the pen. Okay, so now I'm going to give the answer. It says yes. You simply don't play with people's emotions like this. Even if he was not a fuckboy, he'd still be the absolute dumbest man alive, and you can do without both. So basically, he's telling his wife and his girlfriends or his mistress that you can be done with him. He's a fuckboy. He's already married. He can't marry you. And I wish I could find a place where he buys the cologne for his wife. But the way that he says it on here, it's like his wife is insecure, but really it's him. He's a very insecure man, but he's a very narcissistic man. So the girlfriend or the mistress tells the story about how he will talk to you bad. And I said that. He's beaten her down for years. But there's money coming. But her plan is, the reason why she sat on the couch with him, because she's been quiet for years. I think they've been knowing each other 14 years, she said. You have to go back and do the research. I wrote it down in a book. How long they've been married. But she went back 6 months ago because he started to act right. Well, he knew he was going to release this book. And the book is called Healing. So now he goes to church and he's claiming Jesus and all that. And the reason why he has to do that is because he's trying to get his wife to come back on board. And like I said, her page is Jesus, 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 Jesus. But she is building her own platform. She has her own ministry. And through the pain that she's been in is when it's going to be revealed. I said by 2023, we're going to see how big she's going to get. Because when he asked her, do you have something to say, while holding her hand? And she got a lot to say. She got a whole lot to say. And look for a book from her. And look for, hey, Janet, look for a book from her. Look for all kind of stuff from her. Because she's dealing with a fuckboy, and she would be an expert on healing from this situation. So let me read another one of his cards. This is the Naughty and Nice deck. Okay, so it says, what was it that factored into you forgiving your partner for the last thing they apologized for? Well, that's why I said the wife came back. She forgave him. I know this deck of cards is about him and his situation he's in. Okay, now here is another card that deals with his marriage. It says, in a 10-year happy marriage with children, What would it take for you to move forward if your spouse admits to cheating just once over 5 years? This is about his marriage. He is a complete narcissist. He took their relationship and did a case study and made a card game out of it. He's a narcissist. So A, counseling and prayer. That would be his wife's answer. B, separation while you heal. That's what his wife did. She left him. C, cheating past or revenge later. So she gonna give him a cheating past, or is she gonna give him revenge later? And C, no, moving forward, just divorce. Well, we know she didn't just divorce him because she's back in the relationship with him. I don't believe she would cheat on him because she's very religious. She did separate, and now they're going through the counseling and healing. They've done that. But always remember, she has something in plan. She is going to have her own platform, and it is going to be surrounded around healing. But there is so much other stuff that's going to be exposed about this, and it's surrounding money. I kept saying something's bugging me, but there is going to be other stuff coming out. There's going to be stuff coming out to do with sexual transmitted diseases. That's what's bugging me. I don't know if the wife is going to come back and talk about different times where he may have given her something, or different mistresses are going to come out talking about times where he transmitted or he was the transportation for these different things. And you know that he's not using protective sex because the mistress got pregnant. I'm taking that she terminated the pregnancy because she doesn't have kids still. But I just want to go on and talk about that because this is documentation for me when I do my reading. So I want to say thank you to Juan G. Juan G wrote a book. I did a reading for Juan G back in, I think, in July. July of 2020. I was on E5 Bayo's Sunday's Best. And Juan G came in, and he... when he came in, I did a reading for him, and he wrote a book, and it was about his book, about his publishing, and I gave him some advice on the book, and I told him not to settle because what they were offering him wasn't enough for all the hard work he did with this book. So when he sent me the comments, and he sent me the book, so I went to Amazon to look at the book because of course I'm gonna support him. But then I looked, and I bought the book, and I have acknowledgement. And at first the book, it seemed like, wow, that's a lot for a book. But when I looked at how much he's put into the book, it's 300 pages long. I think it's 301. So when I look at 301, I see I see balance. I see giving and taking. He's going to give you a lot of information, but you have to give something too, so that deems the price of the book, and he knows his worth. So I am a part of the book, and I am so excited because like I said the other day, who doesn't like to be made aware of or acknowledged? People like to be acknowledged, and it's not so much as about ego, it's about self-confidence. These things that when you do readings and stuff and you get back positive feedback, that helps with your confidence. When you get likes on video, that helps with your confidence. The reason why I say hey everybody and hey to nobody, because when I first started this, it would be no one. It would be no one watching me. So then I would just say hey to nobody. But then as I grow into my relationship with my spirit guides and guards and my spiritual courts and cords, I realize, hey everybody, I realize all of this happens for a reason. All of these platforms I've been on and I've been giving readings and stuff, when they transpire or when it manifests, I can add that to my affirmations. It is affirmed that what is coming through me is true. So that's the reason why I continue to do it. And it's not so much as about ego, because I can't do this without spirit. If I'm in my ego, I would continue to do the things that I had been doing. I would continue to not believe in the things that I say help people. So that is the reason why I continue to go forward. He always wants conversation. So on a helpful tip, it said the question why asked throughout the card game brings the card topics to life. Let the conversation flow. So that made me understand the reason why he talked to his wife. They played the card games. She sat there and played with the card games, and when she would ask why or when, he gave her off the information. So she know he has been cheating, but the one thing she didn't know is this: he just was with the person the other day. Because she says she doesn't deal with cheating, and that's the reason why she separated, but she's back now. And she's on the cover of the book, and the book is called Healing or Heal. I think it's called Healing because they're supposed to be going through the healing process. But really, it is tied around money. And I said, people will stop messing with him, but there are people that are going to completely roll with him. And when I watched Tasha K video, that is what she's saying also. And it's another lady I watched on live. She is a specialist to get you out there, a marketing specialist. She was affirming everything I said the day before. This all is done from a marketing point of view. So trust me, she is building her platform too. She is just not going to let him get away with this and she not get something out of it. So she has to play nice with him for right now. And she has to be dragged because everyone is dragging her. I was on live and somebody was talking about, I'm not saying she ugly, but the women he messed with is way cuter. It say, I smell a rat. Yeah, the guy is a narcissist. He's a complete narcissist. We talked about this the other night. But the fact that he has a card talking about the cologne, and then the mistress is talking about, he started asking her about her cologne, because they say Alien is a cologne that doesn't go anywhere. It stays with you all day. So when he would get home and he would have this cologne from his mistress that is a surgeon, so she got money. And if you get this deck of cards, you will start to see that this is him playing a game. This is exactly what I said. This is a case study, and he turned it into being a very fruitful, because right now everybody has cards out. Everybody is into the tarot and the affirmations and all of that, and couples cards, because he got one deck to show the single women how to spot a fuckboy. He has another deck, Lust. Lust is for like couples. So I'm sure he's tested out the things he put in here. And then you have the Naughty and Nice deck. It gives you scenarios. So on the back of the box, let me read the back of the box what it says. It says, naughty or nice? Well, that's no fun. How about we have both with, or he says naughty or nice. He said, how about we have both with this game of conversation that takes it there with topics of love, sex, friendships, morals. Like he really has morals. And did we mention sex? Good. Now it is turn to enjoy. MSM. And MSM stands for Mentally Stimulating Me Card Game Presents. So MSM is mentally stimulating. He's mentally being a narcissist, and he's playing games with his wife, and she's supporting him in this. But because they are a couple, the number 2, you have a leader, and 1 and 2, which makes the manifestation. You have a leader and you have a follower, and that makes 3. So right now they're in the 3. They're trying to manifest this. But understand, he has his own agenda, but she does too. Do not underestimate a fire sign. They will put it to action. Fire is that Mars energy. So if you start watching her, everybody was dragging her, how she looked. I saw something else. I saw the undertone and what's going on. She's doing this for a reason. Say what you want. She got a plan behind all of this. So you can say what you want. You can drag her and say, I will listen to the smoke, but won't send a penny to this guy. I didn't know why I had to buy these cards. When I got the cards, I didn't even like the cards. But I do now. I know. It said, what is Cancer? Fire, what? Cancer is water. Think about Cancer is in the water. And Cancer is the first water sign, because you have four. They go through fours. So Aries is fire, Taurus is earth, Gemini is air, and Cancer is water, where Cancer is the last, and it starts all over again. And then you go back to the next fire sign. Leo is water. Virgo is air. Scorpio is water, and Sagittarius fire again. I forgot something in there. Leo, Virgo, Scorpio. Oh, Libra. Libra is air, and Scorpio is water. And it keeps going around and around, so that's how you can learn it. Cancer is the last water sign in the first, I don't know what I want to call it. It's not a deacon. I can't think of what I want to call it. It said what Virgo is earth. Yes, Virgo is earth. So when you look at it, in Sagittarius is fire. So he's Cancer. He's water. He's emotional. But remember his card was upside down. So he is trying to gain balance, but it is not morally standard, because he has a contract with his wife and he's been cheating on her from the beginning. And he play games, which makes him a narcissist completely. I'm not going to really play the games tonight. If you tune into IG, I do my Night Owl, How I See It series. This will be the second episode for the first series of How I See It. And How I See It is exactly that. How I see it. I'm just giving my take. I'm not trying to drag him or anything. I'm just playing with his cards. He plays games. I purchased them. So I tagged it. I tagged this card game in it. So anybody want to play the game, they can come back and see. But what I want you guys to do is go back and watch the first video, How I See It, on the series, and you'll understand this video. Because I'm still discovering things. It says I'm going to try to stay up with you. Okay, my best friend is in Vegas. And guys, I'm planning to move away from Michigan. So, I'm getting used to, I get a lot of calls out of Vegas, and I get a lot of calls from people on the West Coast. So I feel like people on the West Coast really have been supporting me. But as I grow, I want to be where it isn't. It's too cold here for me now. So I didn't want to move south. I want to move west. So my friend gets off at work at 7:30. So that's 10:30 my time. So I'm going to go 10:30, because you have to be with the people that support you. This is someone that supports me, and whenever she catches my live, she's right there. So those are the people that I am going to support, and those are the people that I am going to serve, because I serve. That's what I do. I sacrifice things so that I can be of service, because that is my life purpose. I'm supposed to serve. I am supposed to be connected with the divine so I can give the message that you are overlooking. I didn't make me. Blame it on Stella and James Lee. No, don't blame it on anybody. This is how God wanted it. So I did want to say, check out Spirituality, How I See It. That is Wines G's book. It was released yesterday. You can get it on your Kindle. And if you have like Kindle and you have unlimited, it comes with that plan. But if you don't have unlimited, I think it's $9.99, or you can purchase the book and it's $50. And I told him, don't settle. He gives a lot of information on spirituality, and he teaches you from the beginning to end what spirituality is and what it isn't. And I've always said spirituality is not religion. Religion is just what it is. It is religion. It is you've decided to come within a group and they have standards and they have rules and regulation. Spirituality for me it is two words. It is about the spirit, and that is the light, and it's about ritual. It is about, because if you look inside of spirit, it is the spiritual, there is the word ritual. So in spiritual, it is your rituals you do with spirit. One of the main rituals is to be obedient, not to something outside of you. It is an inside job. Cassie Carey. Who is Cassie Carey? Type, hold on. It said I'm going, I don't know what that Carey typo. It's a typo. Okay. Hey, cousin Jeff, how are you? Uh-oh. No. Yeah. Hey, cousin. So share this video. I just want to go live right quick. Let me talk about a couple products because this is what it is. This is colloidal silver. People ask me about colloidal silver. See, it's just silver. It is a natural antibiotic. It's an antifungal. It does a whole lot of things. This is what they use as an antibiotic before they made man-made antibiotics. And if I can make it, anybody can make it. But this is my gift to the world. This is my medicine. I am a healer. So I had been waiting on different supplies. So I have a silver sword and shield because silver is the base of this. We have been taking things and we have been told to take things while we were going through this COVID-19. So my family had been taking silver and we had been taking a list of other medications because my nephew had came down with, he contacted COVID-19. And the doctor had told him the things to take. One of them was Tylenol. The others were vitamin D, elderberry, zinc, and vitamin C. Someone said iodine too, but when I was making this, you can't take iodine and zinc together. You have to spread them out. So I didn't put the iodine in here. But it has silver, vitamin D, elderberry, zinc, and vitamin C all in one. And this is what I've been taking. Instead of taking them all separately, or sometime I would put them in water, I just made a silver sword and shield because it is your defense. That is what a sword and shield does. It defends you. You have your sword and you have your shield. The shield is going to defend you and the sword is going to cut things out. So the silver sword and shield is made now for others, not just for me. And you can get you some silver sword and shield, or you can get you some silver. People have been contacting me about silver. So you can reach me directly. You can reach me on IG, Cassie Derwin. And you can just inbox me, DM me, and I will give you the prices for things. Okay, say, Cassie, cancers may have been in my life since I was a young girl, and they are popping up all over my life. It says, are you a Cancer? It's about these Cancer men. Okay, if you keep meeting the same type of men, I meet Virgos all the time. I like Virgos. Virgos is, they do it for me. Intellectually, sexually, they allow me just to be me. But Virgos are to teach me a lesson. The lesson is to analyze a little bit more, to go in and to look at things a little bit deeper, like what a Virgo would do. It said Cancer men, really they're trying to teach you a lesson about yourself. You need to look at your natal chart. I don't know if you've ever looked at your natal chart. And I do natal chart readings. It says, so you know it's all right. Virgos try all of it. Yeah, Virgos, Virgo men. To me, Virgo men, they like to be free. They don't like to be held down to they go inward a lot. Most time I think Virgo men are healing something, and that's the reason they say I have these. Something the same since my life as a young girl. Because it's been ongoing because you got to learn the lesson from them. You got to look in your chart and see where your Virgo, what house your Virgo is in and what house your Cancer is in. And learn the lesson from there. And the reason why they are put in front of you, because a lot of times if we have someone we can look at, we can learn the lesson from them. It's like Pisces are always around me. Pisces are all around me. And that's because I'm supposed to learn my lesson from a Pisces. It's like a study. You study them and you get to know them and you're just doing it freely. And then you get to know what parts of you mimic that part of them. Most time the parts that you don't like are the parts that you need to work on. Yeah, you need to master them. That's why you are giving a prototype in these different people. So the things that you see in them are the things that you need to look at within yourself. You need to analyze with the Virgo energy. And the Cancer, you need to balance your emotions. Yeah. So you need to start looking at your natal chart. So like I said, if you want to do a natal reading, you can get in touch with me and I will look at your personal natal chart and point out the things that you need to pay attention to. Because when I look at your natal chart, it screams to me the things that I need to tell you. It say, but they are assholes. So are you. They may be the whole ass, but you got some asshole in you too. Humans just do. So quit pointing your finger at what they are, because 3 pointing back at you. They are assholes, but you are an asshole times 3. 3 fingers are pointing at me. And that means you need to elevate your, because the thumb, most time people point like this. You. I know people that point like this because they don't want nothing pointing back at them. You think so? Everybody got a little asshole. It depends on how me calling you an asshole may trigger something in you and you may start shooting it at me. But everything we see in somebody else is I see a narcissist in him. I've probably been a narcissist before. Somewhere in my life, even if I have to go back to my childhood, I have had some narcissistic behavior before. And the reason why I can recognize his narcissistic behavior, it does have to do with spirit, but I can see within him or within what he's doing, the relationships that I've had before. So I can recognize that behavior. So the reason why you can recognize the energy of an asshole, it is for you to be able to recognize it every time you see it. Every time you see it, you should be able to recognize it. I tell people all the time, we change costume. The energy is the same. Energy never dies. Energy never dies. That's why it's the number 8. It's the number 8. It's continual. It just continues on. 0 and 8 is the only number you can write without having to lift your pen. Well, I can see others, but they connect to themselves. They don't stop. An 8 continues and it goes around. A 0 goes around. It goes around. So you have to continuously look at what you see in others, and it is an inside job. Turn the mirror around and see what, like Michael Jackson say, start with the man in the mirror. Start to make the change. You know? So when you see something in someone you don't like, that's when you don't be that something that you don't like. Because if you don't like it, why give it to somebody else? That's why I say when you return energy to people that they gave you, when you become the mirror and you return that very energy, people don't like it. They get turned off by it. But if you call it for what it is, I'm just giving you, I always tell people I'm the black mirror. So if I give you something you don't like, you shouldn't have gave it to me. I'm just giving it back. And a lot of times people will leave you alone, or you will have to leave people alone, because if that energy is not true energy for who you are, it will start to get uncomfortable. And most times when you get uncomfortable in a relationship, that is the universe trying to remove that relationship. Whatever lesson You were supposed to learn. It's time to go on to the next. If you don't learn the lesson and you keep repeating it and keep being attracted to the same type of man, you're not looking at it. You're not looking at what you don't like about it because you're still attracted to it. Or else you wouldn't keep meeting it. And they know you're attracted to it because they can see it within you that you will accept it. So you have to look at your natal chart. Your natal chart is your blueprint. Or you have to have spiritual advice, someone that can look at your natal chart and help you with it. That's just how it goes. You got to understand energies. You have to understand. And that's why I don't apologize for being me anymore, because I help people. No, I don't like everybody. Because I'm Kim. I have to keep it moving. So if I like you too much, I'll get too complacent if I want to hang around. But I got missions. I have missions to accomplish. And once your mission is accomplished, I have to keep it moving. If we have more missions to do together and there is a partnership there, Spirit will let me know. But when I start to get uncomfortable with people and I start to question their integrity, their motives, and their morals, I have to be moved away. And I don't want to move away. I like being comfortable. I like lasting relationships, but they're not to be lasting. They're Kim. Keep it moving. You have to keep it moving. And you should never be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It means go find comfort. It says, I'm working on self, not in any relationship right now. You are in a relationship. You are in a relationship with yourself. There's 12 houses within you. You are in the center. So you're in a relationship with each house. And the relationship is self. Know thyself. You are in a relationship. I'm in a relationship. And I don't know if you come from Christianity, because Christianity teaches you that God is a jealous God. And that's how come sometimes you have to move away from everyone and listen to the universe. Because the universe gets upset when you don't listen to it overall. The end all and be all is the source, the great nobody. So you are in a relationship, just not with someone outside of you. It's an inside job. Planet We is 2 words. It's an inside job. I done heard it a million times, but when he said it, it just clicked. It's an inside job. It's inside of you. Go within self. It's not outside of you. So yes, today, March the 25th, 2021, when you add it all up, it was 7. 7 is like Christ energy. Christ energy is consciousness. Be conscious till you are in a relationship with self. So when someone say, are you in a relationship? You can always say, yeah. And when they say, well, okay, it's just not outside of me. It's inside of me. I'm in a relationship with myself. I'm discovering me. So any other questions? It's nobody. Now see, there's nobody over on Facebook, but it doesn't matter because I'm planting a seed and someone will see it later on. And I've already greeted the nobodies. Remember, the nobody is energy. It is spirit. Spirit is over there with me because that's where I started. So even though I can't see anybody, I know that my spirits are here with me. And you have to recognize your spiritual team. And I got a reading. So what happened is how I discovered my spiritual cord and cords. Because I knew I worked with a spiritual team. I just didn't recognize who they were or how they worked with me. And I got a reading for YG because I was in a very uncomfortable space within myself. Everything around me was being made very uncomfortable. I could hear the things that people were saying about me, and I thought those people were for me. And I'm not going to say they were against me. Well, it was one person in the mix that didn't like me. They didn't like me, and I don't give a fuck what they say because I know they didn't like me. And it was needed. Because as long as I was liked, I was going to be complacent and stay. I needed them not to like me so I could get the fuck on. And that's what I did. And I know they didn't like me. I felt it I felt it long time ago, but then it became apparent when I saw what I saw. Because a lot of times I'm like Alice in Wonderland. I'm on an adventure and I'm oblivious to certain things because I feel like they don't pay it. They're not for me. But understand, I document everything so that I can go back and understand. It's about gaining understanding. And that's why I say it's very important to journal. When something catches your eye or catches your attention or you get a bellyache or something, talk about it. Go sit on the toilet and document it. Take a shit, relieve yourself of it, but make sure you document what you're getting rid of or what is being brought into your person to pay attention to. Pay attention to those things. So, because I am coming back on later tonight, I'm not going to keep everything going, and I got a hair to do. My son is growing his hair out because, you know, another part of Cassie is I am a hairdresser or a natural hairstylist. And someone said, is this my hair? Yeah, this my hair, y'all. This is mine. I just have to braid it up. Somebody said, your hair can't be that long and that thick. My hair isn't long and thick. It's my locks braided into one. Because around this time of the year, and I think it has to do with, when I was a kid, they used to say March winds will cut your hair. And then you got April showers bring May flowers. I don't know if something with March, it feels like it's cutting my hair, but I have to keep my hair braided or I will want to cut my hair. So that made sense. Cutting of the hair. So March is probably the time when people get bored from being in the house in the winter and they want something new because they didn't spring forward and they saving daylight. People get a haircut. But I can't cut my hair anymore. It's not for me to cut. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here. Anybody got any questions? Real quick, thank you for hanging out with me. Please share this video. Tonight I might do a couple card pulls depending on how it goes, depending on if I'm tired or not. Oh, yeah, I do got to pull a card. I got to give a message, okay? So I'm going to pull a card real quick and give a message. It say, Daughters of the Sun. Blessings. Hey, IG, let me know. They rock with me. I used to think it was just Facebook, but I always get views on IG. So, you know, that's why I put out the series. So, come back tonight at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's 7:30 in Las Vegas. I don't know if that's Central or Mountain or what. And I'm going to go live. Okay. This is for you when you were talking about being in relationships. Okay, so this is the message. This is the first thing. It says, when you meet your soulmate, and remember, soulmate teach lessons. Soulmate is not a twin flame. Soulmates are to teach you a lesson. So you've probably been meeting soulmates, and that's why you've been learning lessons. It says, when you meet your soulmate, you'll feel calm, no anxiety, and no irritation or aggravation. Because when you irritated, you be aggravated. So then you will meet your soulmate when the time is right. So the time hasn't been right. That's why you weren't comfortable in those relationships, because they weren't supposed to be lasting relationships. They were relationships to teach you a lesson. And the third one is, you want a person who comes into your life by accident but stays on purpose. You get that? You know how when you're meeting people, you still have to divine and discern over it, because like with that Derrick stuff, she didn't see him, he seen her. He seen her. So she didn't meet him by accident. He saw her. And then she found out through her videotapes. She went back and looked at her security camera. He would be riding past her house late at night, 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, which means he wasn't at home with his wife. But how dare you want me to be, how dare you want to make sure that I'm there by myself, and you got a whole wife, guy, and other girlfriends. I'm telling y'all, he is a narcissist. I recognize a narcissist because I've been in relationships with them so that I can recognize the energy. So when someone comes around and they're a narcissist, I'm not going to hang out with them too much. So it started reclaiming. So this is what I need you to do. It says start reclaiming who you truly are. Now, I gave you a date. Today is a date. Today, when you write in your journal, you need to write today's date. I've started a relationship with me. So don't tell, yes, you are in a relationship. It's just inside of you and not outside of you. It holds energy for you to learn. So like I said, get you a natal chart reading so that you can understand who it is you're in a relationship with. And who it is you're in a relationship with is you. Okay? So remember, come back tonight at 10:30. We will play a game. We will play the DJ Jaxn game. We're going to play with Naughty and Nice, and we're going to go back and look at the Fuckboy series because he is a complete fuckboy. He plays games. And the reason why I know this is because I bought his cards. I bought all 3 decks. Didn't know why. Spirit let me know why on Tuesday. It's because that is going to be one of your series, the How I See It series. And right now in season 1, we will be talking about this situation with DJ Jaxn, Derrick Jaxn. We sure will. So this is Cassie Derwin again of Cards and Conversation. You can catch me on IG, Facebook, YouTube, and I do a podcast on Anchor. If you're looking to get a session with me, have a natal chart reading, you need to see what your purpose is, your guides and your guards. You can look at your I can see I can see who you are. And I can even see some names. I can speak with your ancestors if they want to come forward. I am a medium. But truly, I am an oracle. That is, I discovered that the other day. I am an oracle. I feel like I hold the energy of one of the first oracles. And her name just happens to be Cassandra. So like the age of Aquarius, how you go around things and then come back around. I have come back around into 2021. So this is Cassie Derwin again, and I'm going to say peace. But if you ain't for me, peace.